So what are the next concepts we have? This is some more important commands which we should know. That is copy commands or move commands. So let's look into those commands. Yeah, do you see the screen, everyone? Yeah, Ajay, thank you. Yeah, good response, man. Thank you,
Yes,
thank
it's
you for that.
visible.
Does everyone be like that? That would be helpful for us quickly to understand it how you are following that. Yeah, just to typing that yes, that makes like some attention before the system. Yeah, be ready with the chart window. And whenever I'm asking this, yes, try to type it and try to work with that. So instead of sitting this relaxed mode, be active mode. Just maximum maybe 1 hour, 15 or 20 minutes, which will discuss the concept, right? So be active that particular duration. That would be helpful too. Good. Then let me continue this. Another important command running from that Linux is copying, moving, and renaming the files. So what is the copy? How to copy this on the Windows? First, let's try to recollect from the Windows. Then we'll go ahead to that Linux. How do we copy the files? Drag and drop. Okay. Instead of that, instead of the drag and drop, what we can do that? Control C. Yeah, Control C. So select the file and then go to the directory where you want to copy that and the Control V. Control C and Control V. But if you do this in the same directory, what's going to happen? Suppose if I do that Control C and Control V in the same directory, if I go to that other directory and if I do the Control V, that is a different story. But if I do the Control C and Control V in the same directory, what's going to happen? Anyone? So in the same directory, if I do the Control C and Control V, what's going to happen? That's
So it will create another file as a copy.
sorry, Ravi, I didn't
Uh,
get you. Please.
it will create another file like in Windows. It will have an hyphen copy, another file name.
Yes, exactly. So it is the total whenever we are copying the files, two options we can say. One is file to file copying, that is in the same directory file to file copy. That is one more file which is going to create it with the copy, some renaming of it. Or we can copy the file from source directory to other directory. That is the destination directory. There are the two options we have this. So while doing the copy or while doing that cut and paste also. Cut and paste, if you do the cut and paste in the same directory, then there is no meaning at all. The same file that is going to have it. But cut and paste point of view, cut it in the source directory and paste it to that another directory. But cut and paste in the same directory, what we can say that is renaming it, renaming the file. So that is like a total, if you just understand that logically the operations on the CP, copy operations, or moving operations, or renaming that operations, yes, file to file copy, file to directory copy, and moving point of view, file to directory, if I just conclude it, the file operations, file to file, file to directory. So copy operation, these two operations which will have. Whether that is Windows or Linux, doesn't matter that. Windows, if you use it, Control C and Control the V in the same directory or a different directory. This is a copy operation. In the move operation, that means moving the files. What do we say that? Cut and paste. Cut it here and paste it in another directory. This is which we have that file to directory. So that is a move operation. Another one is rename. On the Windows also we do the rename, right? Rename operation. How do we rename a file or a directory? on the Windows. Yeah, we simply right click off it or use it F2 shortcut key, and you can go ahead with that show more options. Where is that show more options? Or simply just use it like a one time or a double time if you just click it. Now it is asking and you can rename that. Simple option. Yeah, this is renaming that file. Either renaming or moving or copy file to file, file to directory. And even that in the copy operation, if you just observe this one more time, directory to directory also. Directory to another directory, copying. And while moving also, directory to moving this one directory from another directory. It is like as a cut and paste. Either you can do the file or you can do this on the directory. And the rename is, what are those inputs is old name to the new name. The old name to the rename. Old name to this new name. Yeah. So there are the main operations. So how do you do that on the Linux operating system? On the Linux, how do you do that is, what is the command that is supporting is cp is a command which is supporting that. Cp, that is a copying the files. But how do you copy a file to file? Yes, you specify that the file name here, source file and destination file. Two arguments. So we can say that which file, that's we say that source file, which file we want to copy, and specify the destination file. That means in the same directory that is going to create one more file. Second operation. Okay, first operation file to file. How do you do that? This is the command. So file to copy it. Yes, this is the command which we have. But file to directory, also the same command. The cp file specify that is a source file. Which file do you want to copy it? And to which directory does you want to copy it? That's destination directory with complete path. We need to specify it. So copy file to directory. And how do I copy that one directory to another directory in the Linux operating system? By using this, we can use it the dollar option, and we can use it with the cp option, and the source directory specified and destination directory also. Source and destination directory. But whenever we are copying here source directory to the destination directory, so normally cp doesn't allow that copying the directory to destination directory. So what is the option which we need to use it is, we need to use it -r. So especially if you're copying that directory to that destination directory, so what we need to do this is, we need to use the option that is R is that recursively. So it is going to find us in the source directory all the files, and those all files that will be copied to that destination directory. This is important option, especially whenever you are copying directory. Is it clear about that? The copy, the command, the syntaxes. Everyone, are you following this? Are you good? Please confirm that quickly.
Yes, we are good with copy.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you, Ravi. Tejaswini. That's good. What about others? Like there's sleeping mode, be active mode always, that is recommended. Yeah, so good. So let me continue that. That's about copy operations. But what about that moving operations? That is cut and paste. In our Windows, we say that cut the file and the move that file to that another directory. The cut and paste. So we say that in the Linux terminology, move. So
Sir,
here also,
uh,
yeah.
sir, in copy, do we have an option for copying from one directory to a file? We have file to directory. Can we do in a reverse also?
Directly to the file?
Yeah,
No. Directly to the file, that is no concept at all.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is because the directory is a container where you can keep the file. But entire directory copying as a file, no, we don't have that option. But what you can do is you can compress the file, that is creating tar file or creating that. Then you can consider that as a file.
Okay.
But copying directly to the file, not possible directly. Okay, good. Okay, so move operation, if you consider about it, so what is the command that we use it on the Linux operating system if you like to perform the move operation? MV command, MV, that is a move. Even if you talk it the rename also, which we do that with the move. Yeah, so now I can mark this move and rename all these operations to perform it, which we use it MV command. Then specify that source file, which file that we want to copy it, and which destination directory that we want to copy it. Destination directory. In the same way, directory to directory also we can move it. That means one directory moving to another directory. How do you do that is? So here we need to use the recursively again. Yes, you are working with the directory side, just always use that -r option in that command. Either listing time or reversing this all the files point of view. Yes, R is the important option. Even we have that ls-lrth. What is that R? That is the recursive approach to display that all the content. So like that, copy command is having that R option, and MV command is having that R option, and then source directory. Here all we can say that in our Linux terminology, arguments. So remember that these keywords, argument, move is the command, that is having that options, -r is the option here, and we are passing that arguments, that is a source directory and destination directory. And even rename also, how do we rename a file is, that is also the move command. So old name and a new name. It is indirectly, can we say that file to file, right? On the same directory. In the copy, so file to file, whatever we are doing, so rename comes under that, the file which we have in the same directory, you are just cut and paste it with the new name that is in the same directory. Yeah, so there are some important options which we have. So let's talk it quickly with the practically these options, and then we'll move to this next concept. Are clear all these operations, especially copy and move? The total around 6 different options or scenarios. Maybe sometimes you need to copy the file to file, that is taking the backup of the file, or taking the backup of the file to other directory, or taking that one directory, copying to another directory, or moving the file to another directory, or moving that directory from one place to another place, or renaming that the old names. Maybe sometimes we create with the different names, but you need to change the names of the directories or names of the files. Then how do you do that is mv command, which we can use it. So this is about our the background system, and I am in that user home directory. Yesterday we were doing the same operations here. I'm going to use it the same points here. Suppose here yesterday we were writing that one rns.txt file. Yeah. So with the editor we were doing this file. Fine. Now I need to copy this file to temporary directory. So how do I copy this? So now this file rns.txt, this file I need to copy to. Suppose let me copy the first in the same directory. Copy rns.txt in the same directory. Same directory, I would like to with the renaming that rns something one.txt. It's now I got it like rns.txt. Oh, sorry, that is typo. Fine. Anyway, we'll use it the rename on this. Yeah, rns.txt. I tried to copy to the same directory with another name. So this is one file which is on the same replication. You see that almost 430 bytes we have that here. Size is the same. But the date this was created yesterday, and this is just now we have done. The data has been changed. Okay, so this is a file, and the new file we have copied. But this rns1.txt which we have that, I need to rename it. By mistake, I was given that name as res1.txt, but actually we need to define that rns.txt. How do I rename it this? Yes, mv, the old name, and what we are expecting this is rns1.txt. That is renaming a file. The same file, it is not created the new file, it is the same file, it has been renamed. It is like as a cut and paste with a new name. Okay, so copy file to file and renaming, that is like as a moving, that is a moving command. And now I would like to move this file to other directory. How do I move this file to other directory? Or how do I copy? First let's copy that. So copy source file, which file that we want to use it, and to which directory that we want to copy. That is temporary directory. Just to specify the directory name. So I'm using /tmp. We know it. This is the temporary one directory. And now I'm trying to copy this file to this directory. Just to specify the directory with the path. So it has been started the root and then temporary, the complete path. Yes, it has been done. Now if I go to this, or if I just observe that with the ls-lrph, so what are the files and folders we have in the temporary directory? If you just observe that. Let's now we see this rns1.txt one file. So this is the same size which was happened with the 430 bytes. So rns1.txt. So it is just now copied about it. So this is copying the file to direct.
So what is the total represents?
Total.
After command.
Yeah, this is the total 12K size of all these files. That is 12 kilobytes. K for kilobytes. Yeah, this is the 12 kilobytes. This is the total size of it. Suppose if you just added all these things, 430 plus 272 plus 352 plus 70. So it's approximately this 12K. 1024 kilobytes equal to 1 kilobyte. So just I refer that the bytes to kilobytes, kilobytes to gigabytes, gigabytes to terabytes, and terabytes to petabytes. Okay, good. So that's about understanding how do we copy the file to directory. The next option, that is the directory to directory. Suppose, let me take it, so in our ls-l in the root directory, this is about our root directory. In our root directory, we have, these are all the files, right? These are all the files. Suppose opt folder, I would like to copy to this temporary directory. So if you have this opt folder I need to copy to the temporary directory. So how do I copy it? But I'm in the user home directory. I'm in the user home directory. My current working directory is user home directory. I'm in the user home directory. But I have that opt folder in the root opt folder. This folder I need to copy to that in the root temporary folder. So how do you do that? cp / use it complete path opt and to which directory? Root temporary directory. This is we are giving that, so absolute path of the directories. We say that absolute path. We are giving that the complete path of the directories or the file location. Directories or the file location. So now if I try to copy it, is it going to work it? Yeah, you see this, it is giving that warning message saying about it. CP-R not specified, omitting directory. Directories, if you like to copy it, you need to use it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hyphen. Yes, now it has been done and we don't see any warning message. So now if you observe that the files and folders in the temporary folder, now we got it, opt folder also has been copied. So are you clear about that CP options? The file to file, file to directory, and the file to, directory to directory. And the renaming also we are observing that is mv command. That is renaming your files. Are you good with this? Shall we go ahead to this next option?
Rename of the folder is same way, the same procedure of how we do file.
Yeah, sorry Ravi Shankar, I'm not able to hear
Yeah,
you.
the rename of the directories.
Yeah,
So is it
yeah,
the
we can
same
do that.
process how we do file rename? Similar way?
Yeah, similar way, the same way we can do that. Yes. Let me show that. Okay, so the next, let's conclude it. What are the operations which are discussed? Yes, these three operations we have done. And file to directory, we didn't move it. Directory to directory, we didn't rename this, the copy. This operation, let me continue that. Yeah, file to directory, how do you do that? Already we have done this, right? Moving. Copying we have done.
Renaming comes first.
Renaming we have done.
File done, directory not done.
Yeah. The file renaming we have done.
Yes.
File copy we have done. But file cut and paste we didn't do that. File moving we didn't do that. Just we were doing renaming. So let me move. Okay, I need to move this file rns.txt. Already in the temporary folder we have rns1.txt. This was copy. Source file is available and destination file is also created. Copy is going to have the two copies. Source file will be as it is, will be there, and the source file or source directory, whatever we have copied, it is created one more file. This is a backup file. But what I need to do is I need to move this one. I don't want to keep this file in the current directory. I would like to move this file to this temporary directory. Then what is the command is move mv, and which file, that is a source file, And to which directory do you want to move it? That is a slash tm. This is a move command. So now if I just verify in my current current user home directory, we don't see rns.txt file. We don't see rns.txt file. But where is this file now?
Slash ll
Yes, slash tmp. Yes, now you see this rns.txt has been moved. So that means that it has been cut over there and it has been pasted here. This is the cut and the paste in our Windows. Yeah, this is the file moving, file rename which we discussed. Let me talk it about the directory copy, directory moving the directory. Suppose let me create one directory here, mkdir, something rns-tech. And in this rns-tech directory, let me create some temporary file, something student.txt. Now if we just observe that a tree structure, the RNS-tech is a directory. So in this directory we have one file student.txt. Now I need to move this directory to the temporary directory or some XYZ directory or opt folder. So how do I move this file to the opt folder? How do I move this directory to the opt folder? Yes, use that move directory name RNS-tech.
before hyphen r should
Well, let's check it whether it is going to give that warning message. So understand that the errors and error based work with that. That is the first work with that in that way, then it will be helpful. Yeah, now this directory, I would like to move to that which directory opt directory. Now we are moving in the current user home directory, whatever the RNS-tech directory which we have, the directory I am moving to that opt folder. Yes, how do I do that? Is it allowing that now? And what is the error message? What is this error?
Permission need permission.
Yes, that is a permission issue. So before, whenever I am working with the temporary directory, we don't see that any permission issues. Temporary is almost all the users they can access it. But especially if you're talking about it opt folder, as we were talking that yesterday or day before yesterday, opt is for the third party softwares to install it, we use it. That is required with the sudo permission. So sudo permissions required. But how do we define the sudo permissions over that? I need to run this command. Yes, sometimes whenever you are copying the files, destination directory, the current user which are using the vagrant, destination directory, this vagrant user is not having any permissions. Now we need to run this command with the permissions. How do we run the command? Forget about -r option first. So here this is the permission issue. Now I need to run this command with the permission. So what is that like option which we use is run the command with sudo. At any time, if you see that the permission denied, whenever you are running the commands, permission denied, whenever you are running the commands, use the sudo option. Sudo, that is, it is going to helping like a current user getting full privileges. That is like as a root user privileges. Yeah, so now if I run this command, yes, now I don't see this any issues. So I don't see this any issues, and I didn't use it even the R option also. It is worked successfully. Now if I go back and if I just verify this, whether it has been copied to the opt folder or not, let me verify this in the opt folder, whether the RNS-tech folder has been copied or not. Yes, it has been copied. Under tree structure, if I verify that in the opt folder, We have so many files, but don't worry this. I don't need all the things. Opt. And what is that folder? RMS tech. Is we got it the student1.txt or not? Yes, the same file and folder, but do we have in the current directory the student folder? No. Current directory has been deleted. That is a cat, and it is moved to this now opt folder. In that opt folder, we have the directory RNS tech, and within that RNS tech, we have the file which we are creating, the student.txt. So moving point of view, directory to directory, you don't need to use it -r option. By default, it is taking that. But copy, you need to use it -r. Recursively, do you want to copy it or not? Is it clear now? And one more option which we are trying to understand it, permission denied. Whenever we see this, the permission denied kind of that issues, whenever you are running the commands, that means that user is not having the permission to access that file or folder. Then what is the command that we can use it is, yes, we need to use the sudo before the command, sudo. That means it is going to switching to that super user and running the command where we can get the full permissions on it. Is it clear now, those two options, the sudo -r with the me command, cp commands. Remaining yesterday anyway, rm command which we discussed, rm directory you can delete it, rm files you can delete it, that is deletion point of view. But copying the files or moving the files or renaming the files, these are all the options. Are you clear with all these scenarios?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Yeah, good, thank you. In the ME, you can just observe that. Suppose whenever you have this kind of, suppose if you like to know that what all the options are available in the command. So just to use it, -help, -help to get it immediately. What all the different options are available in that command? Because we are the human beings. Everything remembering is not possible. We have so many commands, so many options. But whenever we are working with that, so if you would like to check it, what are the different options are available in that command? Yes, just use it that command with -help. You will get it quickly. So -b is one argument and -f is another argument. That means whenever you are moving the files, already existing file is there, but you want to override that file. If we have this already existing file, do you want to override it or not? Yes, that is -f, forcibly overriding that. Or do you want to interactive mode while moving the files? Yes, it is prompting before overriding. So -n, do not override an existing file. If the file is already there, don't update that existing file. That we can control it with -n. So there are like each command. So that's, don't try to remember all the options, but whenever you are working with that command, and if you are looking at some options, yes, use it, that command with -help, and you will get that the quickly what are the different options are available, and we just read it to that option and which is required for us, and we can use it that option. So good. So that's about understanding copy, move options.